I have this Flaskinni app that I want set up on my computer. I have Python installed, not the most recent version of Python, but 3.7. By the time you're watching this, the requirements may have changed. It's all about managing your dependencies. So Python 3.7 is the highest we can go at the moment because it breaks if we use 3.8. So yeah, so I have Python installed. Since Flaskinni uses Postgres by default, you also have Postgres installed. Because I'm on a Windows machine, I also have Git installed. Git for Windows. You need on a Mac, you need to install Xcode and the Xcode command line tools. And I also have Visual Studio Code with the Python extension pack installed. Although you can do that later. It's easier if you get everything set up first, then it'll auto-detect more conveniently. If you install these extensions afterwards, you don't need to have that as long as you have Visual Studio Code ready. So first things first, I'm going to press Control-Shift-P and then git clone. What is it? I'm going to clone this repository, and I will save it to my projects folder. Cool, repos, boom. All right. Now it's cloning to that. It'll automatically create the Hall of Heroes folder. Okay, I've got a couple funky things going on with my Git here, but proceeding along anyway. I'm going to create 2 new files. Now that I have this code base cloned and open, I'm going to create a .env file, and I'm going to create a private.py. Copy the env file from this lovingly maintained document. Not well maintained, but lovingly maintained. And because I'm using a Windows machine, I should change that 127.0.0.1. Okay, and my private.py file also I'll copy from here. Fortunately, because I'm not on a Mac, I need to have like a path like this. So it's going to be source, and this is Hall of Heroes, app static images. All right, and everything else should check out. But I'll name the database db.all. Okay, save this. Now I need to create this database with this username and password. So let's open pgadmin, which I have installed. You can also use text-based management tools. pgadmin works for me on this machine especially. Okay, here we go. Servers, databases. Create a new database. I'm just going to call it db all. Zoom out. Press save. That's it. Cool. I'm done. All right. Cool. Right now it's time to set up my virtual environment. Here's the problem. If I type in Python, I got 3.8. That's not the version I want. And, this console is probably not set up well enough to just give me Python 3.7. Yeah, it doesn't even know what that is. But I do have a Python 3.7. So I just need to know where that Python 3.7 is. In my start menu, I have a Python 3.7 shortcut. I installed it. So where is it? And let's go to the properties of this. And so, here's where it's actually located. So if I copy this, well, if I paste that in here, because I'm using bash, this is not the right syntax. If I was using PowerShell, it'd be no big deal, but I need to just switch the folder to the slash direction so it's more, there's probably a cleverer way of doing this, but if I were to run that, oh buddy. I think I see the problem. If I press PWD, it shows me the current folder, and so you see I'm missing that beginning slash. So if I added that in, now See, now I can run Python version 3.7. Cool. Now, I don't want to, if I just run it, I get the shell here. I want to tell that to actually run a module for me called virtual environment. And I would like it to create a folder, it all originally also named virtual environment, right here, please, using Python 3.7, and boom, there it is. Now, great. Yes, automatically activate that. That'd be handy. Thank you. Okay, so it did not automatically activate that, so I need to still activate it. Source b environment bin activate. Source bin. Oh, I'm on a Windows machine, right? Scripts activate. I forgot. Okay, so now virtual environment is active. Now I can proceed to install all of the things in my requirements.txt. Let's see if it works on the first try. Usually something goes wrong here. Something's probably going to go wrong on yours, and you'll need a little bit of coaching to get through it. It happens. It's happened to me many times. So, because my virtual environment is running, if I write in Python, it now runs the right version. It's doing everything from that virtual environment folder. So I can just say, hey, pip install all of the things from this requirements file called requirements.txt. I press tab to autocomplete, and now I press enter, and let's see if it works. It's going to download a whole bunch of stuff. It'll have a lot of cached versions because I've installed this many times. Different versions and different projects. Aha! Look, I failed. Cool. So first it tells me to upgrade pip. I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade pip. Cool. Easy peasy. Now meanwhile, what crashed? Whiskey. Hey, good news. Whiskey is for deployment purposes. I can add that on later. So for right now, I'm gonna go find Whiskey, comment it out, save the file, and then run that thing again, press up arrow twice, and try running it. Okay, well, dependencies are installed, environmental files set up, database configured. Now we try running it. Last run. And it's starting. Cool. Click on it, and sweet. This is my godlike theme. I didn't think of that name. It's weird, but it is not loading. But that's still, the app is starting up. Why it's not playing, we'll get to that later. But cool. All right, things are going, and yeah, now before I forget, I need to flask db and init. So it's always critical that you initialize your database migrations. There we go. And so we have a new folder here called migrations. That will allow me to make any new changes to my database. Now I'll also undo the changes here. So this Whiskey I'll need when I deploy to my server, so I'll keep that in the requirements. Okay, great. Let me know if you have any questions.